Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the Inquisition, today we gather to peel back the layers of the enigma known as Ciaphas Cain, a name that echoes through the Imperium like a haunting melody. It is my solemn duty to lay bare the truth about this complex individual whose tale has captured the hearts and minds of countless citizens and warriors across the galaxy. Cain, Commissar of the Officio Prefectus, emerged from the shadows with an aura of contradiction. In a world where discipline and duty define commissars, Cain was a riddle wrapped in a mystery. He stood tall, but his true motivations lurked in the shadows. Cain's journey weaves through the darkest recesses of the 41st millennium and even beyond, a tapestry of survival and success in the face of insurmountable odds. In the earliest chapters of his story, it became evident that Cain had a knack for dodging death and threading his way through treacherous situations. His charm and wit proved as deadly as any weapon, guiding him through battles with orcs, tyranids, chaos, Eldar, and the dreaded Necrons, whose silent threat kept him awake at night. The man in Cain's memoirs is a labyrinth of contradictions, a hero who doesn't quite fit the mold. Cunning and self-preservation blend with genuine concern for those he leads, painting a portrait of a man who skirts the edges of tradition while leaving a trail of victories in his wake. In the memoirs of Ciaphas Cain, we encounter an atypical champion of the Imperium, a man whose motives and actions challenge our perceptions of valor and sacrifice. As we delve into the shadows of Cain's legacy, let us prepare to confront the truths that lurk within. For in the darkest corners of the Imperium, heroes are born, their stories etched in the records of our history, defying convention and demanding to be heard. From our records, Cain's homeworld is shrouded in shadow, a name lost in the vast expanse of the Imperium. It is a hive world that, as much as we can assume from his own records, is a sprawling labyrinth of concrete and steel, where the complexities and dangers of urban life birthed a survivor, a man attuned to the hidden depths. In the dark alleys and underground passages, Cain found his refuge, his connection to a world that nurtured and threatened him. A sense of direction, an intuition for the hidden paths, whispered to him like a long-lost friend. But his parentage is a mystery as enigmatic as the shifting mists of the warp. He tells of their tragic demise at the hands of the Kroot, their fate intertwined with the Astra Militarum. But the truth dances in the shadows, elusive, just beyond grasp. Were they criminals fleeing the clutches of the law, seeking redemption through service? Or were they lost souls, ensnared in a web of lies and deceit? The whispers of doubt, like specters, linger in the corners of Cain's tale. And then, the Schola Progenium, the esteemed academy, a sanctuary for the noble born, the children of heroes. Yet Cain, with his murky lineage and his parents' veiled past, somehow found his way within its hallowed halls. What sorcery, what trickery led him there? He appeared unremarkable, lost in the sea of faces, neither shining star nor black mark on the records. A puzzle wrapped in a riddle, the tale of Cain unfolds. In academics, he trod the path of mediocrity, the shadows of averageness obscuring his footsteps. But in the crucible of combat and the sports arena, he sparkled like a hidden gem, his physical prowess a beacon in the night. These fragments, these shards of Cain's past, like shards of glass, form a mosaic of the man he became, the hive world that molded him, the secrets of his parents' fate, and the mysterious path that led him to the Schola Progenium, all weave the legend of Cain, Commissar Extraordinaire. Cain possessed a personality, much to his own admission, one adapted to the situation. Few knew him well enough. He was a soldier of self-preservation, a hero born from the fires of reluctant bravery, and a pragmatist in the face of the universe's darkest terrors. A swordsman like no other, Cain wielded his chainsword with the grace of an artist, leaving even the mighty Adeptus Astartes in awe. His combat experience, etched in the scars of actual battles, sharpened his skills to an instinctive edge, ready to slice through any adversary foolish enough to challenge him. That well-worn weapon of his was a symbol of respect, a warning to rival commissars to think twice before crossing his path. But Cain's talents extended far beyond the blade. He was a marksman of uncanny precision, picking off targets with his las pistol from impossible distances. Even against the ancient terrors of the Necron warriors, his aim was true. striking fear into the hearts of those who dared oppose him. Raised in the Underhive, Cain was at home in the darkness, his senses alive with the secrets of the depths. Navigating the labyrinthine corridors was second nature, and the absence of light did not hinder his deadly grace. Despite his aversion to most combat situations, Cain possessed an unwavering resolve to confront sorcery and chaos cults head-on. He knew the horrors they could unleash upon the Imperium and pursued them relentlessly. But this was no blind bravery or fanaticism. It was a pragmatic understanding of the imminent threat they posed. Cain's personality was a mosaic of pragmatism, skepticism, and a touch of cynicism. He revered the Emperor, but not as a benevolent protector. To him, the Emperor was distant, leaving individual worshippers to fend for themselves. He found the overly pious to be a grim bunch, lacking humor and prone to tactical errors fueled by misguided zeal. Yet, Cain had a fondness for the writings of Saint Amelia, whose compassion and understanding resonated with him. He recognized the role of priests, but he didn't let their dogma blind him to the stark realities of the battlefield. As a leader, Cain's social acumen was a masterstroke. He understood human psychology like the pages of a well-read book. He balanced discipline with leniency, granting concessions and friendly warnings that endeared him to his troops. Their loyalty to him wasn't blind obedience. It was genuine respect for the man who led them with a steady hand. Cain's journey through the annals of history was no ordinary tale. It was a web of remarkable encounters and triumphs over insidious Xenos threats. Alongside his loyal companion, Ferric Jurgen, and the ambitious General Genit Sulla, Cain carved a path that would etch his name deep into the legends of mankind. His early days with the Valhallan 12th Field Artillery thrust him into the chaos of Desolatia, where orcs and tyranids clashed in a brutal dance of death. It was here that Cain's resourcefulness and survival instinct first emerged, marked by an audacious act of attempted desertion turned heroic reconnaissance. The tales of his exploits began to weave a captivating legend, a legend that whispered through the ranks of the Imperium. On Desolatia, Cain embraced the role of defender, aiding the local enforcers in their battle against the insidious Xenos threat. His commitment to safeguarding humanity against all odds shone like a beacon amidst the darkness of the battlefield. But it was on the world of Purlia that Cain's legend soared to new heights. Marooned behind enemy lines with Jurgen, he defied the expectations of those around him, rallying liberated slaves and survivors into a formidable force known as the March of the Liberator. Their campaign against the orcs was audacious and daring, culminating in the personal defeat of an orc warlord, a victory that would resonate throughout the Imperium. Yet the true heroism of Cain's deeds extended beyond the battlefield. His pivotal role in preventing the Tau Empire's annexation of Gravalax was shrouded in secrecy, concealed from the public eye. Unknown to most, the conflict was a diversion, manipulated by a gene-stealer cult to draw attention away from an encroaching Tyrannid hive fleet. It all began on the icy world of Gravalax, where Inquisitor Amberly Vale and Cain crossed paths. Together, they thwarted a gene-stealer cult and prevented the Tau annexation, unveiling a web of deceit that shrouded the planet in darkness. Semir Orichalco witnessed Cain's resolve as he defended it against relentless orc invasions, proving that he was a force to be reckoned with. But it was the awakening Necrons that pushed him to his limits, their ancient malevolence threatening to consume the very essence of life. Even in the face of a court-martial initiated by Commissar Thomas Beje, Cain remained steadfast, his commitment to the Imperium unwavering. He proved his innocence, reinforcing his reputation as a defender of humanity, no matter the odds stacked against him. Throughout the ages, Cain faced challenges that would have broken lesser men. On Nusquam Fundamentibus, he uncovered a dormant Tyrannid swarm, a menace threatening to consume the galaxy itself. Cain's decisive actions averted catastrophe, but the shadow of this ancient threat loomed over him. Transitioning from regimental service to the role of commissarial liaison officer on Lord General Zivan's staff, Cain hoped for a reprieve from the horrors of the front lines. However, fate had other plans, thrusting him into unforeseen circumstances that would test his mettle once more. In the deep water system, Cain thwarted a Tau plot aimed at the destruction of Lord General Zivan's flagship, an act that solidified his reputation as a savior of the Imperium. The battles on Quadrividia and Facundia pushed him to the brink, where he found himself forming unlikely alliances with Tau emissaries to confront the menacing Hive Fleet Kraken. Through it all, Ciaphas Cain stood as a beacon of hope and defiance, a figure of unwavering determination in a galaxy plagued by darkness. His legend, filled with twists and turns, captivated the imaginations of those who dared to listen. Commissars wanted to be him, and soldiers feared him, albeit before they actually knew the man. Amidst the enigma of Cain's heroic image lies a tangled web of deception and manipulation. His own accounts, found within the Cain archive, paint a different picture of the man behind the legend. He admits to being a scoundrel and a rogue, acting out of personal motives rather than pure selflessness. His self-awareness challenges the perception of him as a virtuous hero. Inquisitor Amberly Vale's examination of the Cain archive further muddies the waters. Redacted portions and hidden truths suggest a deliberate effort to manipulate the narrative and present a sanitized version of events. Even Cain's official memoir, To Serve the Emperor, A Commissar's Life, may not be truthful. His reputation as the hero of the Imperium raises suspicions. It is possible that his commanders and propagandists exaggerated his exploits to bolster morale and inspire loyalty. His superiors' tendency to send him into dangerous situations based solely on his reputation implies manipulation for strategic purposes rather than a true reflection of his abilities. Amidst the darkness of war, the Imperium relies on heroic figures to uplift spirits and instill hope. Cain's legendary status served this crucial role, becoming a beacon of bravery and selflessness. His tales of daring escapades and victorious battles inspired the soldiers, symbolizing defiance in the face of overwhelming odds. But beneath the heroic facade lies a calculated image crafted by the propaganda machinery of the Imperium. The tales of Cain's exploits, embellished and amplified, became a source of motivation for the troops, a figure to look up to in their darkest moments. In a galaxy plagued by danger and despair, the heroic image of Cain served to maintain morale and unity. The soldiers drew inspiration from his reputed feats, finding strength in his ability to overcome adversity. But in this carefully crafted image, the truth remains elusive, obscured by the shadowy workings of the Imperium's propaganda machine. The story of Ciaphas Cain, the self-proclaimed cowardly hero, is etched in blood and battle. But beneath the sarcastic wit and self-preservation lies a courage that burns like a hidden flame. I've combed through countless accounts of Cain's deeds, and there's no denying that he danced with death to protect the Imperium and those under his command. Yet in this dark tale of heroism, there's another figure, often lurking in Cain's shadow, who deserves recognition. Jurgen, the unassuming soldier with a talent for finding what Cain needed when he needed it most. Jurgen's loyalty and resourcefulness were the keys to their survival in the face of certain doom. Don't let the gruff exterior fool you. Jurgen's prowess with a melter gun and a standard-issue las rifle made him a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. He fearlessly fought alongside Cain, leaving a trail of enemies in his wake. You wouldn't want to face him in close combat, not after he took down a World Eater's Chaos Space Marine with his las rifle, in a move that sent shivers down the spine. But Jurgen had more than just brawn to offer. His secret identity as a psychic blank, touched by the Emperor himself, made him a potent weapon against warp-based foes. With his null abilities, he neutralized psychic and demonic powers with a force that left his enemies reeling. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, having a psychic blank like Jurgen at your side was like having a trump card in a game of madness. Heroes come in many shapes, and both Cain and Jurgen embodied different aspects of valor. While Cain's leadership and tactical brilliance were undeniable, Jurgen's unwavering loyalty and unique null abilities proved time and again to be the difference between life and death. Together, they forged an unbreakable bond, a partnership that defied the darkness that sought to consume them. So in this age of war and uncertainty, let us remember that heroism comes in many guises. From the charismatic leader to the steadfast companion, each plays a vital role in safeguarding the Imperium against the encroaching terrors of the warp. May the tale of Ciaphas Cain and Jurgen inspire us to recognize the unsung heroes in our midst, for it is their collective bravery that shall keep the Imperium burning bright amidst the shadows of darkness. We have ventured deep into the life of Ciaphas Cain, peeling back the layers of contradictions and hidden truths. His memoirs, deftly edited by Inquisitor Amberley Vale, offer a glimpse into the man behind the legend, a flawed and cunning commissar who defied the mold of a traditional hero. Within the pages of his accounts, we find a curious concoction of wit, self-deprecation, and a hint of self-interest. Cain's reluctant heroism emerges as he navigates the treacherous paths of war, seeking survival and opportunity amidst chaos and danger. Yet despite his motivations, there is undeniable resourcefulness that surfaces in the face of adversity. Some may argue that Cain's reputation rests upon a foundation of half-truths and fabrication, but such legends are crucial in the Imperium's grim and desolate reality. They become beacons of hope, embodying the indomitable spirit needed to confront the relentless darkness that pervades the galaxy. Whether Cain's legacy is a tapestry woven with myth or grounded in truths obscured by time, its imprint on the hearts and minds of those who encounter his tales is undeniable. His unique blend of cunning, swordsmanship, and survival instinct made him an unlikely but charismatic leader, one who could rally hearts and steel nerves even in the darkest hours. As inquisitorial librarians, our work continues in the quest for truth, sifting through accounts and records to uncover the essence of Ciaphas Cain. The complexities of his motivations and actions will be debated for ages, but the undeniable impact he had on the morale of the Imperium and the lives he touched will forever be etched in the annals of history. Ciaphas's tale is a testament to the power of myth, the intricacies of human nature, and the unpredictable course of destiny. Flawed, cunning, and yet heroic, his name shall echo through the ages, a reminder that heroes come in myriad forms, and that even in the darkest of times, the Imperium can find hope and inspiration in the unlikeliest of individuals.